Hello and welcome to Know Before You Go for the 20th Sunday in Ordinary Time. I'm Father Scott Steinkerchner, Friar Tech here, and we have some troubling readings, and it'll be interesting to see what your preacher does with them and on your own meditation. In the first reading, we have the prophet Jeremiah who's going to get killed. The backstory is that he has told the king and the army Jerusalem is going to fall. And they don't want to hear it. They think God will protect it. He says, no, God is on the side of our aggressors, the ones coming to take us down because we have not been faithful to God. That's just the way it is. They think he's demoralizing the troops, so they throw him down a well to kill him. But he gets rescued. And then in the second reading from the letter to the Hebrews, brothers and sisters, since we're surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, so many people have gone before us in the faith, let that remind you that you haven't yet struggled so hard that you've shed blood over it. It might come. Be ready. This great cloud who's gone before us has suffered as much, and Jesus gave his all. It's meant to be comforting, but it's a little bit threatening as well. And then the gospel from Luke. Jesus said to his disciples, I have come to set the earth on fire, and how I wish it were already blazing. Is he calling down fire against his enemies? Does he mean the Holy Spirit, the fire of Pentecost? Maybe it's somewhere in between or both, because he says there is a baptism which I must be baptized, and how great is my anguish until it is accomplished. That baptism is his death, which is coming shortly. But then he says, do you think I've come to establish peace on the earth? Well, yeah, that's what the angel Gabriel said when he announced your birth to Mary, that you would be the Prince of Peace and you would bring peace on earth. Not now. No, I tell you, but rather division, Jesus says. From now on, a household of 5 will be divided, 3 against 2, 2 against 3, a father against his son, mother against daughter. Bleak. And sort of where we are now, as well as a society. Did Jesus come to sow division? I don't think so. But he did come to change the world. As Mary said, to bring the lowly up and to take the powerful down. Or as Jesus said, I come to bring good news to the poor, he says at the beginning of Luke. Well, you bring good news to the poor, the people making money off of them not being poor, that's not good news to them. That's where the division comes. Jesus is saying, here's the way it is, and it's time to choose. Are you on the side of me, or on the side of status quo, society the way it is? Because a fire is going to come that's going to burn this down, and it needs to change. It needs to change. The world is not right, but I've come to establish a world that's right. So which side are you on? And it won't make you friends or popular to be on Jesus' side or God's side, as Jeremiah saw, or as in the letter of Hebrews, the believers are being encouraged. No, keep it up. Yes, you'll be opposed. You haven't shed blood yet, but even if you do, it makes you closer to Jesus. The thing is, there's all these threats here of the bad things that can happen, and the promise of, but the good that will come will far outstrip that bad, because it will be following Jesus. But how do we make that choice practically in our own world today? Should we be opposing people, or if we see division, say, oh, that's okay? Of course, righteousness will be opposed. Or are we just causing division for division's sake? You see, that's the rub. And I suspect that your preacher is going to want to apply this idea of Jesus and him saying, I have come to set the earth on fire, and I've come and I will be sowing division. Say, and this is the division, and this is the right side to be on that division. What will that division be, I wonder, that it gets applied to? Or more importantly, you in your own reflecting on it. We all see divisions in the world. Are they the kind of necessary divisions that if you want to follow God, you'll be opposed? Or are they more the, self-righteous, self-congratulating kind of divisions that, no, I'm just being difficult? How do we follow God? And how do we know we're following God? And we can't tell by, is the world, everybody at peace, getting along? No, that isn't it. There's something deeper about saying that yes to God that will cause problems, but it needs to be done, and it needs to be done today. That's some things to think about in these readings. God bless you, and maybe in the comments say something about, so what did your preacher apply it to?